We continue now. We're going to continue with more action. In fact, we know hailing from Durban, there's a rising star in the fashion industry, Owethu Kwani Khuzwayo, who's captured significant attention when she was awarded the Best New Female Award at the Durban Fashion Fair in 2024. So known for her distinctive sense of style and charisma, Owethu has quickly become a prominent figure amongst emerging designers and models, where her journey in fashion began with a passion for creative expression and a desire to innovate within the industry. Now, the young model joins us now for more. Owethu, good morning, and thank you for joining us here on the SABC at this hour.
Thank you. Good morning.
Talk to us
Thank you for having me.
Oh, it's an absolute pleasure. The inspiration behind pursuing this career in fashion, even just describing your unique design aesthetic. Talk to us about the evolution of that journey for you.
My evolution of journey is quite interesting because I literally was just a student athlete. My main focuses were academics and netball. And then I just saw a poster online and I decided, why not? I'm tall enough. So I just decided, and I just fell in love with the industry, and especially after walking in the Durban Fashion Fair.
And I mean, you won Best New Female Award at the Durban Fashion Fair. What did that do for you? Perhaps also just solidify, that there's a space for you and that you can contribute to it as well.
Yeah, so I think it definitely built my confidence a lot, and it opened a lot of opportunities when it comes to having quite a lot of options when it comes to signing with modeling agencies, as well as being able to cast for other shows and just being able to be exposed to the fashion industry as well as to grow as a professional model.
Because Owethu, we see fashion, we see design all around us. It's not just limited to clothing. So I wonder if you're going to look,
Yes.
at some of your influences over the years, your role models in the fashion industry, even those at home. Who would have touched those heartstrings for you?
I think the most fashionable person ever is my grandmother. So she's part of the reason why I made it this far. She's my absolute favorite person ever, and I'm so grateful to have her. And another thing that brought me to the fashion industry is just having an immense amount of faith and just believing God that I can do whatever I set my mind into. And some of my favorite industry favorites are your Anouk, as well as some of the fashion designers in Durban, including the mentees. I feel like their work is incredible, and it was such a pleasure to work with them, as well as to show their artwork to the rest of the world.
And the world is watching us. The world is also taking notes. And I wonder if you can talk to that creative process that you undergo when you're designing, but also how you incorporate unique elements, cultural elements, just to represent who we are as a people, who you are as a person.
So, because I'm a model, my job is to bring to life the creativity that the designers put into their clothes. So my main goal when I have someone else's garments on is to understand where they're coming from, so that I can be a vessel, can be a canvas to showcase their beautiful work and the creativity and the story behind each and every garment that is produced by the designers.
I wonder also, though, if we're looking at the fashion industry, the textile industry in South Africa, I mean, we've seen it undergo changes. We've seen factories disappear just because of the fast, fashion consumption that's happening, in the world. And I wonder what your thoughts are on that, particularly when you come to appreciate designers, the work that goes into it.
I think that when it comes to designers, a lot of effort is put into making a certain garment, and they put in a lot of investments financially to produce certain designs, as well as time. So when it comes to the fashion industry or the fast fashion industry, it's more accessible to people because not a lot of effort is made into producing fast fashion. As you said, it's fast fashion and it's trendy, it goes in and out. Whereas clothes that were designed by designers, by a specific brand, a lot of effort is put into that, and a lot of financial investment and capital is put into that. So I think that would be the difference between the two industries.
Yeah, and it's fair. There's a target audience for everything. So thank you for sharing both sides of the coin on that front. Your own challenges that you would have faced, what comes to mind? I'm only asking this because, there's a huge value chain. So there's, those who actually source the material, and then there's those who get down and sew, and then there's, the designing aspects. How involved are you?
I'm a model, so
Okay.
most of the time I just wear whatever the designers give me, and I try my best to make it look as good as they produce it.
Okay, and so what would be some of the biggest challenges that you face in a South African context, perhaps when you represent the continent and even just the world then?
I think the number one challenge that I've experienced is when it comes to managing time, because at the end of the day, I have other commitments outside of modeling as well. I still need to balance being a student as well as being an athlete, as well as spending time with my family, as well as going to church and just pouring into the things that I'm really passionate about. But I can see that I managed to manage it well, especially last year. And that can only be through God's grace and just the wisdom and managing your time efficiently. That is essential, as well as having a good support system.
Yes.
Especially from my family, my mom and my granny, my aunts, and my friends, and yeah, all of my loved ones.
Yeah, no, that support base is absolutely crucial. And I'm glad you've also spoken to how you fill your cup and how you feed your spirit. That balance is definitely important, which also brings me to the point about sustainability at large. Just being intentional about that, the responsibility that we have in ethical consumption as well. Any thoughts on that?
I think when it comes to sustainability in this industry, modeling industry, I think it's important for you to do your research first before you commit to something. Because the last thing you want to do is find yourself doing something unethical, and that's because of a lack of knowledge. Therefore, doing a lot of research before you commit to something is essential.
No, all right, thank you.
As well as maybe
Yes, do continue.
maybe having like a modeling agency that's going to help you pick out which jobs are worth looking into and some of them are not, because at the end of the day, a lot of models are exploited because of a lack of knowledge and not doing enough research before you commit to a certain show or photo shoot.
All right, so thank you very much for joining us. Your future aspirations, what are you looking forward to the most?
I'm looking forward to branching into commercial modeling, especially fitness modeling, because I think it would be an amazing way to express myself, because I am an athlete and that's something that I really, really enjoy about my life. So it would be amazing to combine two of my favorite things ever and just do really well. So I would love to be a fitness model.
Okay, well, your eyes light up when you speak about it. So we're wishing you all the best of luck, and thank you for making time to chat about your pursuits and perhaps also what we can expect from you in the near future. As we leave that conversation there, Owethu Kwani Khuzwayo, a young model, chatting to us this morning about her career and, of course, her plans to expand into commercial and fitness modeling at large.